Well, good afternoon and good evening. Good morning for some of you from around the world today. It's Thursday, March 14th, and my name's J. Michael Smith. Welcome, everyone. I see some familiar faces joining us, some affiliates, and I believe some guests today. We'll see if some guests join us. But real briefly, what you're going to see today is what I saw in 2015. Well, actually, we didn't see it back then. I don't think Zoom was around yet, but a great friend of mine in San Diego, she and her husband called me, and I'd been working with them for a few years. And she invited me and said, Mike, if you've got some time, I really want to introduce you to a friend of ours. He and his wife are actually neighbors of ours. And just been I know you're out there busy helping and serving. At that point, I was really promoting and advocating for childhood nutrition. And Monica said, I'd like you to meet this gentleman. And so we did a three-way phone call, and he shared with me over about 20 minutes what he's going to share with you today. And perhaps today, maybe use some slides. But anyway, afterwards, I just connected. And again, like I said, I trusted Monica. So with trusting her, I made a decision right then and there to join this organization. And it's been an amazing, 9 years now. Not only has Dave and Gabriella been great mentors to me in my business, but on a personal basis, my wife Judy and I have become very, very good friends with them and have met up in places around the country. They've been to Tyler, Texas, and we're anxious to see them next month in Salt Lake City. But let me introduce you to Dave today. He's going to share with you over the next 20 to 30, 40 minutes an opportunity that I saw in 15, as I said, made the decision. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And I really started with the wanting to promote one particular product that Dave was sharing with me but it quickly became, as I learned, and being a businessman, I'd been an independent businessman for 40 years in the restaurant business. It made sense as a business opportunity too. And so I quickly transitioned to the business side while promoting this one product that helps malnutrition around the world. Dave, welcome. Always great to see you, my friend. And I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jim Michael. Appreciate you being with us today, as always. And appreciate our, 8 years of partnership in For Life. And that's what I love about this business is all the friends, the partners, the associates that we spend time with and really become a big family. And that's what this is all about. Networking really is about community. It's about family. It's about serving, building people. And so what I want to do today, I don't know if we have any brand new guests. If there is anyone that's here for the first time, if you don't mind raising your hand, from the names I see here, it looks like everybody here has been, already part of For Life. So I'd like to use today to do a bit of a training as well. My goal is to help you all be successful. Whatever your definition of success is, if it's being able to buy a new car, a new house, send your kids to the best college, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, my goal is to serve you and help you do that by using For Life, all right, our company, as a vehicle to help you grow. And when I say grow, one of the things I learned early on in my career of networking, which goes all the way back to 1981, many years ago, I learned that if I focus on myself, if I focus on my personal development, my ability to communicate with someone, my ability to make a new friend, to establish trust, my ability to deliver a message to people. If I could just learn to do that, I could be very successful in this business. And so that required me, and at the age of 21, honestly, it was not that difficult for me to make changes in the way I talk to people, changes in the way I think, And I understand, as we grow older, sometimes change is a bit more difficult. But you know what? Anybody can do it if you have the desire, because it's not that dramatic of a change. You're still you. You just learn new skills. Okay. So my goal today is to help people develop these skills to be successful, because success is not something that's just given to you. You earn it. All right. It's that way in life, and it's that way in any business. Now, I love this business because you can be successful in a shorter period of time. Doesn't take forever. Doesn't take even a decade. You can generate success in a few years if you focus and you embrace these little changes. All right. That's because in this business, you focus on one thing. And that's what I was saying. You become a good messenger. So my question to all of you today, how good are you at messaging, at delivering a message? Whether that message is verbally talking to someone, and that's the way I like to do it personally. It could be on social media. Are you good at delivering a message on social media? Creating curiosity so people want to know more about what it is you're doing. Work on your messaging, all right? How you communicate with people. Now, I want to go through the message today. Today is our opportunity presentation where I talk about four things really, all right? I talk about this industry or this business, why it's the greatest business in the world. I talk about our company, For Life, why For Life, to me, is the greatest company that's out there right now. I talk about our product, Transfer Factor. And I talk about how you can get started and the tools you use to build your business. Okay, those four things. So get good at sharing those four things. So let's start first of all. And this is a conversation. When I talk to people, I don't pull out a flip chart. Okay, I just talk and I converse with people. I engage in a simple conversation. And the conversation makes a lot of sense. I'll give you an example. I tell people, if anybody asks me, what kind of work I do, I just say, I'm a networker in the health and wellness business, and I work from home. Now think about that. That creates curiosity. You're a networker. What's a networker? Health and wellness business. Are you a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor. All right. I work from home. A lot of people would like to work from home. They don't enjoy spending hours in traffic, whether it's in a car or a bus or whatever. They would prefer to be in their environment that they're comfortable. Okay. Networking, I'm a networker. What's a networker? A networker is someone who actually builds or networks a community, a team, a family. Now it's in health and wellness. I market a product that's in the health and wellness business or health and wellness industry called Transfer Factor. Have you heard of it? 9 out of 10 people tell me no, they've not heard of it. That creates more curiosity. So when I talk to people, I don't know if it's going to end up being just about product because that's what they need. All right. I know Paris, we were talking to Paris earlier, and she mentioned that she bought this product for her child. I think it was her son. All right. Everybody has their reason for wanting to know about For Life and Transfer Factor, our products and our opportunity. All right. So whatever your reason is, wonderful. Here we are. So when I talk to people, it could be about the product or it could be about the opportunity. So I get to do both, you see. So let's start talking about this particular business. All right. I hope everybody here can identify and share with someone the great benefits of this particular business. First of all, you have to understand, if financial freedom, if financial independence is one of your goals in life, you're not going to accomplish that working for someone else. I think everybody would raise their hand and agree with me. All right. So therefore, you have to employ yourself. You have to have your own business where you call the shots. You work your hours, your schedule, where you want, build it as big as you want, earn as much as you want. All right. How are you going to do that? It costs a lot of money to start your own business. Capital. You might have to get an office, rent an office. You have overhead expenses you have to pay, utilities. Maybe you have one employee, two employees, several employees, you have to pay them. Then you have to pay the taxes, licensing. What about inventory? If you're going to carry inventory, you have to invest in that. What if you want an online presence? You got to build out a website, have some sort of e-commerce. And then if you want to have something for your cell phone, you got to build an app for that. A lot of money. We're talking tens and tens of thousands of dollars to start your own business. In today's environment, not everybody has that kind of capital to get started. What about this business? All right. Here's what I love about it. One, work from home, so no overhead expenses. All right. I'm in my office. This is my home office where I'm at right now. I love working from here. All right. Number two, multinational. You can have an international business instantly. Just think, do you know somebody in another country? For Life, our company is we're in like over 70 countries now, probably close to 100 countries where you can actually build your business, multinational. You also get to work with a team of people. All right. And to me, that's one of the most important things. It's hard enough building a business all by yourself. All right. So be part of a team, be part of a community, a family where people can support each other. You can learn from each other. Success breeds success. And that's how I started in 1981. Logic. I'm a logical person. I'm a simple, logical person. I don't have a college degree, but I think I'm pretty logical. When I went to a network marketing opportunity meeting at 21 years old, and I saw these people, and they shared their testimony, and they talked about the benefits of the business and what they did, I wanted to know more. Logic told me, well, let's see if what they're saying is true. And so I started listening to them. I chose to listen to them and not listen to the people that were negative, not listen to the people that were saying, oh, you can't do that. I decided to listen to the people that were doing it. And I learned that if I associate myself with those people, I can be like those people. If I associate myself with negative people, I'll be like those people. I chose to be like the ones that are financially independent. And here I am. So you work with a team of people. I like getting paid for what I start, not just what I do. All right. Write that one down. Get paid for what you start. What does that mean? Start something today and continue to get paid from your efforts today. You'll get paid next week, next month, next year, decades from now. You can get paid from your efforts today. I talked to people back in 1998. Some became customers. Some signed up in my business. Many of them are still involved with For Life. Some of them do millions of dollars every month of business now. I talked to them in 1998 in December. All right. So get paid for what you start. It's called residual income. Build a residual. Build equity. What's equity? If you start building something 5 years, 10 years down the road, you now have a business that has equity, it has value. My For Life ID number is 72999. If any one of you want it, I can sell it. It's mine. I own it. $50 million if you want it. That's what I'll sell it to you for. That's the value that it has now. Over time, I've built it up. You see, that's why I love this business. All right. Partnering with a good company. And that's critically important. Who is your partner? All right. I see people get excited about network marketing. They get excited about a product or maybe even a company, and they don't really know much about their partner, or about the company they represent. My mentor said something to me back in the 80s one time. He said, would you marry somebody You don't know. I know in some cultures it happens, but typically no. You want to know the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. The same applies in business. It's important to know your business partner. And I'm not talking about your sponsor. I'm talking about the people that pay you, the people that run the company, that make decisions as to the products we're going to have, the markets we're going to open. All right. Making sure we get paid. And then all of a sudden one day they don't say, well, we're sorry, but we're broke. I've seen that time and time again. It happened to me 3 times before For Life. Companies that I was with went down. Most people would have quit. They would have said, you know what, doesn't work. That's like saying marriage doesn't work because there's something called divorce. Yeah, if you have the wrong partner, sure, it could end up that way. But if you have the right partner, it's wonderful. Business is the same way. All right. So I chose For Life and David Lisenby over 25 years ago. And here I am 25 years later. For Life is paid in commissions. My organization over $2 billion, not million, $1 billion. All right. I've got hundreds of thousands of distributors all over the world. Sounds funny me saying that because we've got a small group of 19 people here. All right. That's because a lot of my key leaders now, I'll be in Ecuador next week, and there will be, a lot of people down there. I'll be with 4 of my platinums, Jeff Gilbers, Juan Rosado, Esdras Cabrera, and Estela Carpio. All those platinums are in my organization, mine and Gabby's organization. All right. The point that I'm trying to make is this. This business with this partner For Life is a great formula for success. Why For Life? 1, 25 years of history, multinational, products that are based on science, products that work, that bring value. They're clinically proven. And you can see that on the For Life website. Even in the app, if you open up your app, the For Life app, hopefully you all have the app, For Life Business. If you don't, talk to your sponsor and they'll make sure you get the app. Go in there and look in the business library, all right, the education library, and you'll see there's studies on transfer factor, all right? A company that's debt-free. That is so important today. So important. Tupperware is in bankruptcy right now, unfortunately. All right. Many companies are going down because they can't survive these times that they're in debt. We have no debt, 0 debt. All right. So we've got this great company, 25 years of history, based on science, over 1,000 employees to serve you and serve me all over the world. All right. You don't have to process payments. You don't have to ship products. You don't have to pay employees. You don't have to pay overhead expenses. All we do is talk to people, deliver a message. That's it. And invite them to be part of our community and invest in their personal health and your family's health. Use the products. That's it. And share the products. All right. Use them and share them. Don't have to buy a bunch of inventory. Okay. So let's talk about our products. The science that our company was built on is called transfer factor. What's transfer factor? Well, transfer factor is an immune messenger molecule. Before COVID, a lot of people didn't really think much about their immune system. After COVID, it became very important. People started talking a lot more about it. There's going to be another COVID. There's going to be another dengue or Ebola. Look, viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungus, all these things, they're going to go on. They're going to be around forever. All right. So we need to learn how to protect ourselves and live a life of good health. All right. So this messenger molecule we call transfer factor. What does it do? Well, first of all, let me tell you what it is not. It's not a vitamin. It's not a mineral. It's not a plant or an herb. It's not a drug. It's not medicine. What is it? Transfer factor is literally a messenger molecule that delivers information, immune information, educating your immune system to protect you, to identify threats. And within 2 hours of taking transfer factor, it activates your immune cells, your immune system. So your immune system can recognize threats, respond by mounting an immune response if there's a threat present, and remember the threat. I call it the 3 R's: recognize, respond, and remember threats. That's what transfer factor does. Now, if someone says, well, I feel good, wonderful. We want you to stay feeling good. We've combined transfer factors, these messenger molecules. We have them now in products that provide energy, like Energy Go Sticks, gives you a great boost of energy throughout the day. Protein, if you want to burn fat and build muscle, even weight loss. Digestive health, if you've got issues with your digestive system. And we also focus or target transfer factors on systems of the body, whether it be the lung, kidney, bladder, urinary. Let's say that, there's women that suffer from UTIs quite often. We have a product designed for that, KBU. We've got for the brain, recall. And we have a new one coming out, by the way, next month. I'm very excited about this new one coming out. Cutting edge technology, anti-aging product. Products based on health and wellness. That's what I love about For Life. So transfer factor, let me just say this. I want to give you a bit of an analogy. You women, ladies, if you have children, all right, when you were pregnant, you actually produce these transfer factors. They're part of your immune system. You've already confronted viruses and bacteria throughout your lifetime. And here you are, you're alive. So you now have the ability to develop these transfer factors for your baby. Pass them on to your baby by way of that first maternal milk. That's why it's so important that when a baby's born, it receives right away that first maternal milk. It's not just milk. It's loaded with an abundance of these messenger molecules, transfer factors. So you're going to transfer your immune knowledge to the baby because the baby has no way of defending itself. So you're going to provide that defense. That's the messenger molecule transfer factor. We have the science and the ability and patents, by the way, patented technology, where we can isolate this molecule and we can deliver it in liquid, capsule, chewable, spray, gel. There's different delivery systems where you can take transfer factor and have the benefits of having protection, an immune system that recognizes threats. And if you're already struggling from a condition, it can help you reestablish good health. But if you're already healthy, let's keep you staying healthy. Get into this business and invest in yourself each month. That's it. Use the products and get others to do the same. It's that simple. All right. So we've talked about why this type of business, working from home, working with a team, building residual income, building equity. All right. Earn while you learn. Don't spend you can go to college. I'm not going to knock college. You learn in college. But you spend 4 years in a classroom before you really even start making any money. And when you do start making money, most people find out still that it's not enough. If you spent 4 years focused on this and developing your skills and building your business, it'll change your life. All right. This is the best business opportunity in the world, bar none. Why For Life? Multinational, 25-year history, never been a day late on paying us. Pay my organization over $2 billion so far. All right. Cutting edge products based on science, over 1,000 employees to serve you. A company that has a culture of science, success, service, and satisfaction. And we take that seriously. Those 4 pillars. For Life changed my life. 25 years now I've been with For Life. Why transfer factor? Because it's cutting edge science and not just transfer factor. We have gold factor. And we've got this new product coming out in April, cutting edge science that bring products to you to help you maintain good health or reestablish good health. Transfer factor science, products that have multiple benefits for systems of the body and even weight loss, anti-aging that contain transfer factor. So let's talk about how you get started real quick. First of all, you make a decision and you say, you know what? I've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. And that's reality. That's the way it is. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Because you're getting product to use. You're getting product to try for yourself. All right? No one's asking anybody to invest in just, an office space or whatever. You're getting product. And that's it. There's no other investment required. So make a decision. Start using the product. And then come up with a plan of action. And we'll talk more about plan of action in just a minute. But you get started by signing up. Talk to your sponsor. You choose products. And then you set your goal. Okay? When I talk to people, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know the outcome. It can be anything from nothing. That's okay. Every single person I talk to contributes. They make a contribution to my business, even if the answer is no for today. That's fine. I at least learned in talking to somebody. I learned how to maybe handle an objection. I learned how to communicate. I identified something with that person. Okay. Or it could be that they sign up in the business and become a platinum and do millions of dollars of business. Generally, it falls somewhere in between. All right. So when I talk to people, I don't know the outcome. Now, maybe they become a customer. I have thousands and thousands of customers around the world that are just product users. And some of them are quite famous, actually, famous actors, athletes, that use the products. And then I have those that get in and want to build the business. Those are the ones I focus on supporting and helping because they want to build, you see. So when I talk to people, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you this. Every single person I talk to makes a contribution. Even if they buy one bottle of product, that's a contribution to my business. If they sign up and start building, that's a greater contribution. So we go out and we share. Your goal is to sign 3 people up. 3. Get 3 people signed up in your business. And now you can start earning a builder bonus. Okay? You start earning a signing bonus right when you sign people up. You get a builder bonus where you get part of the global sales. You get a percentage of that. 4Life pays 64%. 64% we pay. 2% of that goes to those that sponsor 3 people. You sponsor 3 people, you'll get paid on markets all around the world. How much? Well, when you sponsor 3 people, on top of your regular earnings, your regular commissions, you'll get an extra $50 in your income. If you are part of the Fast Start, it's double. That's $100. And talk to the person who invited you to know more about Fast Start. All right? If you can teach your 3 people to sign up 3 people, that's only 9. 3 times 3 is 9. You now can get $200 every month on top of your regular commissions. And you can do that one more time. You can duplicate. Every single month, you can earn an extra $800. But guess what? If you're in the Fast Start, it's double. That's $1,600 extra on top of your commissions. So we pay 2% of global sales to those that sponsor 3. And then on your network, you can earn up to 58%. That's me. I've maxed out now my organization as far as getting paid. It's not a pyramid. If it was, we wouldn't be here today. So it's not a pyramid, but you can earn up to 58%. I do get paid on many, 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 many levels. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. So this is a process of building a business, building a future. But you have to start with your 3, me and my 3, and teach that. And from there, Work your way up to diamond. I'm not going to get into all the levels and so forth, but diamond is the first milestone, becoming a diamond. All right. And that's what this is about. It's simple, you guys. It is simple, but it's not easy. What's the difference? Simple means you learn something and you do it over and over and over and over again. Keep it simple. All right. But it requires discipline. It requires effort, requires work. All right. For 25 years now, I've been delivering this message to people. My attitude is simple. Some will, some won't, so what? I'm looking for people that are interested. Okay. So at the end of the day, we're all out fishing. We're all out hunting. We're looking for people. In that process, some might say no. It's okay. Timing is everything. If they're not ready today, talk to them tomorrow. Talk to them next week, next month, next year. But you continue. So when you go back and talk to somebody, you are now a diamond, let's say. You call them up. Hey, I'm a diamond. My business is growing. I know we talked, 10 months ago. I'm calling you back to see maybe you might be ready to build something now. That's simple. That's how I work. Follow up. Get back to the people. Show them you're serious. I've got a guy in Brazil right now named Anderson. It's been 4 years he's been building. He's calling people back that he talked to 3-4 years ago. And they can't believe it. They're saying, you're still in that business? Yeah. He's now over 100, he's almost at 200,000 a month of business now, Anderson. He's showing everyone, yeah, of course I'm doing it. Now they realize he's serious and they're joining him. A lot of people are joining him, you see. So follow up, all right? So my method of doing this is real simple, you guys. One, I'm always looking for new people, always out scouting. I take advantage of every opportunity I have when I talk to someone to share this with them. Keep working on my skills, my social skills, my presentation skills, my ability to identify someone, their needs, and address their needs, all right? So I'm always looking for people for myself. Number two, I'm helping my people with their people. That's called networking. Once you sign someone up, you don't sit back and just go like this and say, go build a business, rah, 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 go. You don't do that. You get in with them and you start working in their social network. You see, it's called networking. That's what we are. We're networkers. So now you have to kind of establish a leadership position, you see, because you're going to start talking to people you don't know through the people you do know. So your goal, again, is to get to the people you don't know by using the people you do know. And that's what I do. That's called networking. I meet strangers every day through people that I do know. They introduce me to them. That's called leadership. That's networking. So that's number two, talking to your people's people, working with your downlines, supporting them, serving them. And then number three, the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you're counting on one, I call it first exposure, exposing someone and having them join you for the first time, it's going to be a long time to build a big business. You have to have a system of knowing. You cannot manage what you don't measure. In other words, keep track, whether it's on paper, whether it's in your cell phone, your computer, whatever, of who you are talking to, and follow up with them, get back with them, have a system of building your business. And people will realize you're serious about it. And then as they start seeing your success, trust me, there are people out there that are ready, especially in today's environment, today's economic environment. A lot of people are struggling. They want to make some extra money, some extra cash. Here's a great way to do it. You see? So those three things, you guys, talking to people for yourself, talking to people with your people, networking, following up with people you talk to, and also helping your downline, people that are already on your team, follow up with them. I do that all the time. And I'll be talking to one of my people. I'll say, hey, we talked to Joe a couple of weeks ago. How's Joe doing? And then they'll just I don't do it to quiz them. I'm curious to know, did Joe sign up? Does Joe have any questions? Does Joe need help with something? So I help my people follow up as well. And that's it. So talk to the person who invited you. All right. Start using our products. Get involved. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So with that, does anybody have any questions at all about this business, about For Life, the company, about transfer factor products, or how to sign up and get started? Any questions at all? My opportunity presentations are usually pretty quick. Luis, how you doing, my friend?
Hi, thank you. I was in Tunisia. I was in Singapore and cruise all over the world, Asia, and then I met people from Tunisia. I don't know if we are in Tunisia, so I don't know how to sign him up, or maybe we don't have For Life in Tunisia. Maybe we can open one.
Okay. First of all, anybody in any part of the world can sign up. All right.
Okay.
But the question really is, how are they going to, the two things you have to look at. How do they get their product and how do they get paid their commissions? All right. Because in today's environment, most people have a debit card or they can get PayPal. All right. So, buying the product is usually not a difficult thing. I have people sign up all over the world. All right. Let me show you how that's done real quick, Louise. I'm going to share my screen just so everybody can see this. Let me open up a new browser window here. 1 minute, I apologize. There we go. Okay. You should be able to see my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Dave.
Okay. forlife.com. Just go to forlife.com. Okay. This, by the way, this is one of my my celebrity people, Gabriella McLean. I was showing this to someone yesterday. She's a celebrity trainer. Don't want to get off on a different topic because we're helping Luis here on how to sign people up. But Gabby, she trains a lot of celebrities like Viola Davis and a lot of people in the movie industry. In fact, I think she's in South Africa right now doing a movie training the cast. So let me get out of that real quick. Okay, forlife.com. This is the corporate website. Okay, very simple. forlife.com. You click on sign up, Luis. And right here where it says sign me up. So I click on sign up right there on the home page. Okay, sign me up, the yellow button. And you scroll down. Whoops, my bad. Hang on. Let me do this. Let me get out of here real quick. My mistake. We got Leah coming in here. Let me get back here. Okay. You see where it says up here, country in the gray bar? Select country.
Yes.
Okay. You have to select that first. Okay. So go to forlife.com, select country, and just go to the bottom. See where it says not listed? Looking for a country. See that right there?
Yes.
Not listed. Click on that. Once you do that, you've got the whole world right here. Let's go to T. Is it Tunisia, right?
Yes.
See it? There you go. Sign them up, get them an ID number. Now, keep in mind, once they have an ID number, that's just the first step. How are they going to get product? For Life will not ship product to Tunisia. So you have to look for a method to get them product. Now, here in the United States, there's all kinds of forwarding companies. I like to use Florida because there's no state tax in Florida. All right. Well, if they order $100 or more at a time of product, shipping is free, no cost in shipping to get it to Florida. and no state tax. So once it gets there, there's companies that forward it on. Now, I have companies that I use, but they basically send, right now, the companies I have are sending it to South America, mostly like Paraguay, you know. So you might want to go on the internet and just do a little bit of homework and find out if there's a forwarding company that was shipped to Tunisia, or talk to the people in Tunisia. Maybe they know someone, you know, that can get the product to them. But you have to be the one to come up with some sort of method to get them the product. Now,
All right.
getting
And the
paid.
LP center?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, and what if they ask for LP center, or they wouldn't ask?
LP centers, you know, somebody can open one, but I believe you have to be an international diamond or above to have an actual LP center.
Okay, so they wouldn't ask me to for an LP center if I'm going to ship it to Tunisia, or to register someone.
Yeah, the thing about an LP center, I'll say this, it's a lot of responsibility. And keep in mind, if you plan on trying to build a big network like that, at some point, you got to register products. All right. So you have to go through that process. It costs money. You have to set things up to where taxes are paid. And if you even have an office, now you're getting into the things, honestly, that one of the reasons we do this business this way is that we don't want to have all those responsibilities of having to, but at the same time, someone has to do it if they want to get started. So it just comes down to being a business decision. You know, I chose to do it in Kenya, South Africa, you know, some of these markets, because the partners that I work with were serious about building a business. And I did the same thing in Ecuador, Peru, Chile, all through South America. And For Life has offices there in those locations now. Once a market gets to where they're doing a couple 100,000 a month, For Life looks at going in, you know, at corporate.
Okay.
So I would suggest you got to start somewhere. So I would suggest sign them up, get them an ID number, come up with a way that they can order, you know, some product, get it to them. If they want to start distributing it over there, you know, and doing that way.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Tunisia. Where is Tunisia located, by the way? You think I would know? I'm just kind of curious here, and we'll finish up here, you guys.
Close to Marrakech, I think, that area.
Next to Morocco, somewhere south.
Okay, there it is. I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Up there, north, kind of sandwiched in between Algeria and Libya. Okay. So, you know, you have to kind of come up with the system yourself of how to get products over there. You know, our goal eventually is to conquer the world, but you have to do it, you know, one country at a time.
Yeah.
And currently, For Life is in now what, like I said, they've got a corporate presence in like, I want to say 27 countries, but in those countries, they service close to 100 countries, like Europe, for example. Offices in Italy, Germany, you know, Spain. Those service other European Union countries like Greece and so forth, and Netherlands. So, but that's my suggestion. So are there any other questions at all, or anybody have any comments they want to share? We have Mamas Doremo. Hello, Mamas.
Hi there. Hi, Dave. This is Parminder calling from Toronto.
Ah, yes. Good,
Hey,
good
I
hearing from
just came across this product on Monday, 3 days ago.
Yes.
That was just somebody suggested me. Actually, this is for my mom. She is suffering from advanced stage pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just want to know, like, how effective will be for that kind of illness and disease, and how soon can it start helping or show its effects?
Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about immune response. In other words, how quick, when you take this product, does it activate your immune system? Within 2 hours. So your mother will get a quick immune response, meaning that activates the immune cells. All right. Everybody's different. When somebody has a condition, we don't know how long they've had it for. We don't know the circumstances, and that's why you want to talk to your doctor to find out, prognosis, what type of allopathic treatments there are and so forth. So what you do is you use transfer factor combined with some of the treatments that she may be going through right now, all right, for the condition. So I talk about structure, function, systems of the body. I don't get into any specific diseases for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not a doctor. Number two, I don't know this person. You know what I'm saying? In other words, I've not seen anything as far as their blood tests and their diagnosis and so forth. But I can tell you that transfer factor activates, clinically proven to activate the immune system within 2 hours of taking it. So now that you've got an immune system that's active, all right, there's other things that I recommend, all right, especially when it comes to cancer. Diet, a good diet, all right, no sugar. Try to get your glucose levels down, all right. Does she have a way of monitoring her glucose levels?
Yeah, she does every twice a week. She does that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Try to keep her glucose levels, as much as you can under 100.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Another question was that, okay, I think, yeah, I get the answer about that. But the second thing is now talking about this transfer factor, any healthy person taking as a precaution for to build up the immune system and all. How does it help? And again, how soon can you see the results in that? A healthy person.
Okay. Everyone, again, is different. And so I can tell you from my personal experience and people that I've talked to, which is, of course, third-party testimonies, some people are in tune with their body. So they notice things, all right? I'm one of those people. I grew up an athlete, playing sports and so forth. I was very healthy until I was diagnosed with a condition called Crohn's disease. It's a digestive disorder. And that affected me tremendously. And I tried all kinds of treatments and so forth. And I decided not to go to the way of just taking a lot of drugs, be it prednisone or sulfasalazine, sulfur drugs and so forth. I wanted to focus on prevention. I wanted to focus on getting my health back, all right, and staying healthy. So if you're already healthy, wonderful. How do we keep you healthy? Well, number one, diet, of course, is important. Exercise is important, all right? But when it comes to supplements, understanding that every single system in your body, be it your cardiovascular system, reproductive system, digestive system, respiratory system, endocrine system, they all rely on the immune system. So if you can keep your immune system healthy, your immune system identifies threats. Its number one job is to identify the enemy and mount an immune response against that enemy and eliminate that enemy. And then when that enemy's been eliminated, to calm down. If your immune system does not relax and it continues to fight when there's no presence of an enemy, that causes autoimmune problems. Transfer factor is very smart. It's very wise. So not only does it recognize threats, it also acts like a thermostat. It knows when to turn on and when to turn off, keeping everything balanced in your immune system. That's what helped me, you see, because my problem was not viral, bacterial. My problem was an immune system that was way out of balance, autoimmune. So by using transfer factor, I was able to get my immune system back into balance. And that's why now for me, it's been over October of 1998 was when I last had any type of symptoms after almost 8 years of struggling with Crohn's. So back to your question. Yeah, You want to maintain good health. Transfer factor keeps your immune system educated. And also understand this. Your body, every single second of the day, is changing. New cells are being born to replace the cells that have died. It's called age. All right. That happens to all of us. So you want to keep the new cells educated as well. You see, transfer factor does have a life. In other words, you can't just take, say, oh, I took transfer factor today, I'm fine for the rest of my life. No, you keep your immune system educated throughout life. Keep your immune system intelligent. That's how you prevent problems. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thanks, Dick. Thanks.
And that's why I love transfer factor. And now here's the other thing too. Combine transfer factor with other ingredients or components like Rio Vita, powerful antioxidants like acai berry, pomegranate, blueberry, elderberry, all combined in a nice drink or a gel or a powder that you can take. Or energy. I love our energy go sticks. All right. This was full of energy. All right. I love taking my Rio Vita or my energy go sticks or protein, ProTF, to maintain, good lean muscle. So, I love our products. They keep you healthy. So with that, you guys, I think we'll finish up. It's been an hour. Mamas, thank you. I appreciate your participation. Thanks everyone for joining in. Good to see you, Tricia, Florence, Susan, good to see you. Mary, Mercy, Nellie, JT, Paris. Thanks for being part of our family. Rose, Mati, Leah, Jane, and we've got Benson, Juru. Kuwinder, hi Kuwinder, and J. Michael, thanks as always for hosting and always, I was going to say siempre, which is Spanish, always being part, of our calls. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. All right, let's keep going and keep growing. Kuwinder, I see you have your hand up, so I'll pass it to you and then we'll finish.
I wanna just say quick hello to everyone and especially for my brother Dave. Thank you to see me. I'm back from India, still sleeping, jet lag.
Nice. India, there's a great market. I mean,
Yeah.
my gosh, I tell you, if you just start talking to people in India, all right, that's a huge market, you guys. I've got a new team in Bangladesh, by the way.
Because this is like my quick visit for like a wedding. Maybe one time we will go together and knock down India. I will take you.
Well, I plan on going to Bangladesh sometime here in the future.
Let's plan together, like after July, after my daughter's wedding, let's like go. I will go with you.
Well, when you're going to go to a country, though, the thing to do is work it before you go. You start working on social media, phone calls, reaching out, so that way when you get there, if you're going to go there physically to do meetings, you've got people that are going to come. Otherwise, if you go there, sure, you might talk one-on-one to people, but honestly, that's quite an expensive trip to go one-on-one.
Very expensive.
So work the phones, work the internet, and start creating interest that way.
Yeah, just like Parminder met me through Google and he bought a product. I suggest just like same thing you said, like I tell him, this is not a magic, but it's work.
That's right. No, it's just sharing.
Yeah.
Dave, sorry to interrupt. Before you close, there was a photo you had shown us some time back. There's a question in the comments of a gentleman who had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And you showed us the before and after, and he's now one of the leaders, I believe, in South America.
Yeah, actually, here, I can share that with you guys.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you.
Let me share my screen here.
Thanks, Gurvinder.
I think I can share. Let's see here. Click on that and share screen. Here we go. Okay. Can you see let me know when you can see my screen.
Got it. We can.
Okay. By the way, this is Brazil. This is a new team that I started in Brazil. They're out like crazy doing meetings and events. Doing very well. It's all part of Anderson's team, actually. So let me get out of that and let's go over here. Esdras. There's Esdras right there. So this is one of my platinums and gold elite, Esdras Cabrera and Jose Luis Martinez. They're in the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, you guys, an island of, I don't know, what, 8 million people? And we got platinums and gold elites. I mean, if they can do it in the Dominican, you can do it anywhere, honestly. So let me go back up here. That's Juan Rosado. I think what you're looking for is this. That's 216. It was before that. I wonder why I can't go back any further. It's strange. Strange. It was from Esdras.
Yeah,
219.
maybe if the chat room is set up to delete to automatically delete the messages after a certain amount of time.
Oh, is that what WhatsApp does?
Well, it can be set up to erase or delete messages after a certain period of time, after 30 days or so. So if it's set up that way, it might be that.
Okay, well, that's possible then. Would that be the person that sets that up? JT is the person who put the message up there?
Correct. The person who actually administrates the group or the page or the actual participants within the page can set that up.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Tricia, I'll get this to you. Let me just send Ezra some
Dave,
message.
I sent it to you.
What's that?
I've sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me. So you actually have
Yeah.
it. Okay. So let's do
Back
this.
up.
There we go. There he is right there. Okay, can you see that? So
Yes, we
yeah,
can see it.
he had pancreatic cancer. Here he is today. He's definitely part of our For Life family, sharing, his testimony and the products with people. So let me go back. There he is. And yeah, he's in the Dominican Republic, but he's part of Esdras Cabrera's team over there in the Dominican. So yeah, go ahead and you can share that. There's no problem sharing that with people.
Yeah, if I ask you one other question, Dave, then how many transfer factor like take up once?
I just follow what I learned from my upline, which is a lot of doctors, Dr. Robertson, Dr. Townsend, Dr. Markowitz. You get to a point where it becomes more an economic type of thing. In other words, your body can really only benefit from so much transfer factor. So 4 times the dosage on the bottle. So let's say that three capsules a day is what the bottle says. All right. Well, 12. That's kind of at that point where your return starts to become more diminished. In other words, you're taking more transfer factor, but is your body really able to use all of that in a short period of time? All right, you're better off spreading 12 capsules, over that, 24-hour period and doing the same thing the next day. So 4 times the dosage, I feel, is the maximum, really, to where you've literally saturated your body, continuously educating your immune system. And then from there, you want to go back down to where you're taking just the dosage, which is 3 a day.
Yes, I'm agree. Like what I gonna say, our meeting going longer. Usually we take 2. It's like very effective for me. One time I get a ear infection, 6 capsule every 4 hours. And 3rd day I check ear infection is gone. I take like as a prescription by my own opinion. And in the night I take twice too. Like it's like a 5 doses in 24 hours, 6 capsule. 3rd day everything is gone.
Yeah, look, transfer factor is not a drug. All right. So you don't have to worry about any toxicity. 0. You can take 1,000 capsules at a time. There's 0 toxicity. That's like telling a baby that when the mother has the baby and brings the baby to the breast and says, "Well, you got too much, no more." All right. You see, your immune system will know how much it needs. Everybody's different. But judging, from what I'm talking to the doctors, 4 times tends to be, kind of the limit to where you're not going to get as much benefit by taking a whole lot more. Now, me, if I'm gonna travel, like I'm traveling this weekend, I'll double up. I'll take 2 times the amount because I'm traveling. My body's under more stress. I'm exposed to a lot of people. I'm on airplanes. If I feel a sore throat or something happening, I double up, you see? And that tends to help me every time. Very rarely do I have to go like 4 times, I just double up. I do that for a couple of days. But everybody, you have to decide, what you feel, but definitely take every day what's on the bottle. Do at least that. All right, you guys, thanks for joining in today. Appreciate it. J. Michael, thank you. Cool Wonder, thanks for participation. Tricia, thanks for those picks. I'll talk to Ezra. So I don't want him deleting my messages for 30 days. So anyhow, you guys keep going, keep growing, all right? This is all about sharing and building. So talk to you all soon. Thanks again. Everybody have a great Thursday evening over there in Kenya and Africa. Over here in the US, we got all day. Let's get out and start building. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye, Dave. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Let me open up the mics.
Bye.
All right, see you guys. All right.